Welcome back everybody. In today's video we got some comic book news, dude. So over the past weekend was ComicsPRO. I believe it's in like LA or something like that. But out of it we got a lot of interesting news for both DC Comics and Marvel Comics, right? So let's go over 5 news stories that I think are worth mentioning, right? So first up, guys, we've got a new creative team on Captain America, right? So we have Chip Zdarsky and Valerio Schiti. That can't be how you pronounce it, but they're on the Captain America #1, man. So really interesting stuff. It's got I mean, just the art that they've released is really cool. I like the kind of vibe, the look that they're going for it. Chip Zdarsky is an interesting pick, right? He just did the series Avengers Twilight, a really great kind of like Elseworlds future look at the Avengers. Chip Zdarsky writing Captain America, kind of putting the team back together to fight against fascism, right? So while that's going on, right, you look at everything that's going on in the country, dude, I think Chip Zdarsky writing a Captain America book could be some pretty insanely good stuff, man. So it seems like this series is going to focus on a Captain America just when he gets out of the ice, right? So like right when he comes into kind of the more modern day, that's kind of where this series is going to take place. So interesting stuff, man. An earlier look at Captain America and Chip Zdarsky writing it, man. So excellent stuff there. Let's move on to the new Batman #1. So we get Matt Fraction, man. That's an interesting pick. Big fan of Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run. I haven't read much Matt Fraction beyond that. I know he has that series with Chip Zdarsky actually called Sex Criminals. So that's a series that I'm going to read sooner rather than later, right? Just to get ready for this Batman run, I guess. The one thing I will say about this, right? I mean, obviously you get a cool new look at the Batman suit. Kind of that gray and blue look, man. Excellent stuff. I think everybody's pretty hyped for that. But the other thing I'll say, man, is just like, is it a little bit disappointing to have Jorge Jiménez still on Batman? Not that Jorge Jiménez is bad by any means. Don't get me wrong, guys. All right, I don't want any hate comments about that. I love his Batman look. I think he's an excellent artist. It's just, man, okay, so you got he was the Batman artist at the end of James Tynion IV stuff, right? Then he was the Batman artist for this entire Chip Zdarsky thing, right? He's the main Batman artist there. And now he's going to go into a third kind of Batman run. I'm just saying, man, I would have appreciated a different kind of look. Kind of a new #1, stamp your flag in it, bro. Let's start this new vibe that they're going for. But it seems like they're still doing, Jorge Jiménez on the art. Not that that's bad by any means, guys. Don't get it twisted. I was looking for Jorge Fornes to get on the Batman title, dude. I don't know if you guys know. Really like his Batman look. It's kind of like a David Mazzucchelli kind of look. Very simple, kind of back to basics sort of Batman look. But this tells me that DC Comics has their vision. They have their vibe for what the Batman series should look like. So that's why they're doing this here, right? So Jorge Jiménez, but you got Matt Fraction, dude. Excited to see his kind of take on the Batman series. Moving right along. The first kind of, Ultimate Universe crossover event is going to be happening soon. We've got Miles Morales to enter the other Ultimate Universe with the series Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. So this is really weird, man. So Miles Morales, obviously he was in the original Ultimate Universe, ended up being in the, 616, whatever, the current Marvel continuity. Now he's going to be crossing over into the other Ultimate Universe. So him and the Maker being the only ones from that original Ultimate Universe or whatever. Be interesting to see, Miles Morales get more spotlight. That's cool too. I'm going to be picking this up for sure. I think the Ultimate Universe has me by the chokehold for sure, right? So definitely going to be checking this out when it comes out. We get Dennis Camp, we get Cody Ziegler. Artwork from Jonas Scharf. So yeah, man, against the Maker or whatever, right? So I feel like the Ultimate Universe just as a whole maybe needs to start picking it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I get their whole thing, they're drawing this line to the Maker being released again, but I feel like it's taking too long. I thought it was gonna be a year. It's not 2 years, something like that. So let's get it moving right along, right? So interested in this Miles Morales led kind of initiative summer event that they're doing, right? So 2 more news stories, guys. We've got DC Comics and their Summer of Superman, right? So we know about the other Superman titles that are starting this summer, but they released news on 3 different new ones, right? So we have a new Supergirl series starting up. So this is going to be, let's see who's on the, it's Sophie Campbell is going to be writing and drawing, man. So really cool, you know, great for representation and all that stuff. Seeing the kind of DC writing team get beefed up by a lot of incredible talent. So this is going to be a Supergirl series written by Sophie Campbell with art by Sophie Campbell as well. Next, I believe, right? Next up, we've got Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton with writer Ryan North and artist Mike Norton. So this is awesome, man. It's going to be like kind of like a Crypto year 1, dude. So I think this is an excellent idea. Really excited to see kind of Crypto in this new light. Ryan North writing it. He's doing a great job over at the Fantastic Four for Marvel. I thought Marvel had him locked down, bro, but it looks like over at DC we're getting some Ryan North stuff too. So I'm loving it, dude. Really great, you know, variant covers as well. I like this one a lot. And then finally, we got Action Comics. More news on what's coming up for Action Comics. We got Mark Waid coming back in with artist Skylar Partridge in her DC ongoing series debut. This is going to begin with Action Comics number 887. This is going to take Clark Kent in a new direction as Superboy in his hometown of Smallville on the Kent family farm. So, you know, very, very early look at Superman on the Kent family farm. He's Superboy hanging out with Crypto, I'm sure. You know, you got Pa and Ma Kent. That's going to be cool, man. I dropped the Action Comics title. Maybe I'll start picking it up again. I don't know. Big fan of Mark Waid as a writer. But, you know, I did drop it after a little bit. Funny enough, it was the Mark Waid run that kind of burnt me out. So that's cool. Last but not least, guys, last news story. We've got a new Marvel and DC crossover coming, dude. So we have 2 one-shots. One is titled Marvel/DC. That's going to be from Marvel Comics. And then we have a DC/Marvel that's going to be produced from DC Comics. So I don't know the extent of the crossover. We know recently they've been reprinting all their crossover material. You know, 2 Omnis that I've unboxed recently on the channel. So it seems like this might just be 2 one-shots. Maybe they'll spin off and do some amalgam stuff, right? I think that's what people are really looking for, the amalgam stuff. But yeah, man, that's what we got. So we'll have to see what comes of this Marvel and DC crossover. I think that's kind of all the news that they released at ComicsPRO, man, that appealed to me from DC, from Marvel. Let me know what you guys think about all this stuff in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.